Hello and welcome to the World AFB News. This is going to be for the week of April 24, 2022. I am your host, Roger, and of course, alongside me here, I got my brother, Jesse.
Hey, guys.
And guys, we are going to get rolling right into it, but if you didn't watch the playoff point, we are not going to be talking about Mexico and Spain anymore because they are now in playoffs. We're going to have a separate video for them, and this will also follow for all these other leagues that start going into playoffs. We'll have a separate video for them just to talk about the playoffs. So these are going to be the leagues that are still in season, not in playoffs. So guys, we're going to start off with the FFFA. This is going to be in France.
All right, guys. So I'm taking Conference A for the France League here. And we did have a couple of games on the 23rd here. And where we had the Spartiatis taking on the Cougars, with the Cougars winning 42-14. Then the Molosses taking on the Black Panthers, where the Black Panthers won 34-15. Those were the games that took place the last week. And so here are these coming week games. We have on May the 7th, the Black Panthers taking on the Spartiatis. On May the 8th, we have two games. The Cougars take on the Flash, and the Vikings take on the Molosses. And that will wrap it up for those games. The overall records as it stands right now, we have the Flash, who are undefeated at 7-0. The Black Panthers, second place, 6-1. The Cougars, third place at 4-3. The Spartiatis in fourth place in 3-4. Fifth place is the Molosses, winning one game. They are 1-6. And then the team who has not won a single game are the Vikings at 0-7. And that's going to wrap it up for Conference A.
Alrighty, guys, and now onwards into Conference B. This is going to be the Week 7. It's going to be for April 23rd to 24th. On April 23rd, I had the Agronauts going up against the Centaurs. Very close game. Centaurs taking it 22-24. The next game over here is going to be the Grizzlies going up against the Hurricanes. Hurricanes got destroyed, leaving a 0 on there. Grizzlies up 48-0. And then the Blue Stars are going up against the Bears. Another very one-sided game, but the Bears did get a safety, 44-2. And that wraps up for this week, onwards into the next week, guys. And here we got on the week of May 7th, May 8th. And I do have also one more game here for the next week, May 14th. But for May 7th, it's going to be the Hurricanes going up against the Agronauts. May 8th is going to be the Grizzlies going up against the Blue Stars. And then not that same week, but the following week of that, May 14th, I got the Centaurs going up against the Bears. And now going into the standings, guys, I got the Blue Stars, who are also undefeated, 7-0. I got the Grizzlies coming up next. It's going to be 5-2. I got the Bears in third place, tied with the Agronauts, 3-1. I got the Centaurs in fifth place. It's going to be 2-5. And then the Hurricanes at the very end, 0-7. But now onwards, guys, and we're going to go into the IFL. This is going to be the Italian Football League. And this is going to be for Week 7. Jesse, how did it look over here?
All right, guys, for Week 7, we had three games. We had two on April 23rd and then one on April the 24th, and some heavy hitters, guys. On the April the 23rd, we had the Guelphi taking on the Mastini, where the Guelphi won 42-0. Then we had the Seamen taking on the Warriors, where the Seamen won 42-3. Then on April the 24th, we had the Ducks taking on the Vipers, where the Vipers take that one. Pretty good game, too, 21-35. And that wraps up for Week 7.
And now onwards, guys, to Week 8. This is going to be a lot of good games here. We got 4. We're going to have on April 30th, 2 of them. It's going to be the Seamen going up against the Dolphins. Got the Vipers going up against the Warriors. Then we're looking over here into May 1st. It's going to be the Mastinis going up against the Rhinos. And the Ducks going up against Guelphi. So we got 4 good games here. A lot of games to be played, so it's going to really change the standings for next week. But now onwards into looking at the standings for this week, guys. We got the Seamen at 4-0. The Guelphi at 4-1. Got the Vipers at third place for 2-1. Dolphins and Panthers tied for fourth, 3-2. The Ducks are in sixth place, 2-3. Mastini in seventh place, 1-3. The Warriors 1-4, and then all the way in the bottom, Rhinos 0-4. And with that, guys, we are continuing on into the AFI. This is going to be the American football in Ireland. And Jesse, how did it look over here?
All right, guys, we had some pretty good ones here. We had 3 games on April the 24th where the Rhinos did not put up any points. They lost 0 to Panthers 17. Then we had the UCD taking on the Admirals, where the UCD blows them out 20 to Admirals 0. Then we had a Rebels against the Knights, where the Rebels won 30 to the Knights 7.
And the guys going into next week, this is going to be for May 1st. Got 2 games here. The Rebels going up against the Trojans. And again, in May 1st, the Rhinos going up against the Cowboys. Got 2 games here. I believe it's going to be one-sided onwards into the standings. Jesse, how's it looking?
So it looks like here, on a 4-game win streak, in first place, we have the UCD 4-0. Then the Rebels are tied with the Panthers for second place, and both of those teams are on a 3-win streak, both teams 3-0. Then we have our 4th place Cowboys in 2-1. Trojans, Admirals are both going to be tied for 5th place at 0-2. Knights are in 7th place at 0-4, and the Rhinos are dead last, even though Knights have 1 more game lost, but they're going to be put at the 8th place Rhinos 0-3.
That is going to be it for the AFI. And now onwards into the AFI. This is going to be the American football in Israel. And Jesse, I know this is your favorite league. How are we looking here?
All right, guys. Week 10. Here we go. We had the Hammers taking on the Pioneers. This is a first against second place, very high score game here, and we had the Hammers winning 44-30. Then we had the Rebels taking on the Lions, where the Rebels won 42-32. Then we had the Silverbacks taking against the Troopers, where the Silverbacks won 41-6. And with that, the Week 10 standings are as follows.
It's going to be the Hammers in first place against 7-0. We got second place is going to be the Pioneers at 4-2. We got the Rebels, which have technically the most games played at 5-3. It's going to be the Dogs up next at 3-3 for 4th. At 5th place, we got the Lions at 2-3. Silverbacks in 6th place, 1-4, and the Troopers have not scored yet, or have not won yet, 0-7. So we're looking forward to y'all winning, Troopers. And now, guys, onwards into next week. Now, I say this every single time. The schedule for them doesn't really say who's playing on there. It just kind of gives you the location. But this is going to be for week 12, and we got 3 games here, 3 games to look forward to. This is going to be on the 28th, 2 of them, and then 1 more on the 29th, guys. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't know where to see them, it's going to be their Facebook page. They typically post it on their live feed, so you can see it on there. It's going to be for April 28th and April 29th. And now onwards, guys, we're going into the AFL, guys. This is going to be the Austrian Football League. And for last week, guys, we did not have any games, so there was no games on here. We do have 5 games this coming week. It's going to be on April 30th and May 1st. On April 30th is going to be the Dragons going up against the Rangers, the Steel Sharks going up against the Raiders, and the Vikings going up against the Ducks. And for May 5th, I got 2 additional games. The Knights going up against the Patriots, Black Panthers going up against the Giants. So it's going to be some good ones next week, guys. This week we didn't have any. But Jesse, just tell us how does the standings look?
All right, guys. So we're kind of early into this league, this season here, so we don't have a lot to go off of. But the rankings for the AFL are: in first place we have the Black Panthers. Second place we have the Vikings, and the Dragons are in third place. Now, it is noteworthy to say these top 3 teams, I guess, technically are tied for first because they have not lost. 2-0, 2-0, 3-0. Fourth place we have the Rangers, 2-1. Then on 5th and 6th place we have another tie. The Giants are 1-1, and the Patriots are 1-1. Now here on 7, 8, 9, and 10 place, we have a 4-way tie for teams who have not won a single game. All of these teams are 0-2, and that are the Raiders, the Ducks, the Steel Sharks, and the Knights, respectively.
So if you're following the AFL, guys, be on the lookout for this week. 5 new games coming up, so we're going to have some changes in this rankings. Now onwards, guys, to our last league. It's going to be the HFL. This is going to be the Hungarian Football League. Very small league. I kind of only play typically 1 game or 2 games a week. So for last week, guys, we had 1 game. Very close game, very good game. You can see it on the highlight reel because we'll be posting this one. But it's going to be the Steelers going up against the Shark, guys. And the Steelers took this one 28-25. And then we don't have any games coming up for this week on May 1st. But for next week, we have 2 games. And Jesse, tell us how it went.
All right, for next week, guys, we have on May the 7th and May the 8th. On May the 7th, we have the Cowbells taking on the Wolves. And then on May the 8th, we have the Sharks taking on the Enthroners.
So this is going to be the first time we actually see the Wolves play. So this is going to be a good one to watch if you haven't seen them yet. But now, guys, onwards into the rankings. And first place, we got a tie. It's going to be the Enthroners go with the Steelers tied for first place. The Wolves are technically in third place. They have not played. So we'll see how they go. And then the Sharks and Cowbells are tied for fourth place, and this is going to be 0-1 for both the Sharks and the Cowbells. But guys, that is going to be it for last week. Going into this week, the week of April 23rd, all the leagues that we know of. And actually, guys, I think I'm coming up with not coming up with a new league, but found a new league. And we might, if I'm correct, we'll have another league to talk about next week. If y'all haven't seen it, guys, we have a new series. It's going to be the Playoff Point. This is where we're going to be talking about all the playoffs or leagues that are in playoff as of right now. So Mexico and Spain are going to be on it. You're not going to be seeing them on the World AFB News anymore because they're not in season technically. They're in playoffs, so we'll be talking about it in a different channel. We'll be talking about their wins and loss on there, and we'll also post the videos as well. So you'll see them on there. You won't see them on the highlight reel. But after this, guys, please go check out the highlight reel. We're going to do it a little bit different. I won't talk about it here, but when you watch it, you'll see still the same concept, showing you 1 clip per league of the 1 game. So you can definitely check those out. Also, guys, still looking around, seeing if there's any more leagues out there. Also seeing for games that we cannot see, like Ireland and kind of sort of Israel. Still looking to see if there's anyone out there who's posting it, so can give y'all guys that information and y'all can see that highlights as well. One more thing, guys, before I head out. L Talks didn't have anything for this week. We had some implications, but for next week, guys, we'll definitely bring that to y'all live, and we'll have a little thing going on there. It's going to be fun. But as of right now, guys, Jesse, you have anything to talk about?
No, guys, just that we're excited to go ahead and cover the playoff teams and in their postseason, and so we'll keep y'all updated on that, and hopefully we get to the new team next week.
Yes, sir. And with that, guys, I am Roger.
And I am Jesse, and we are saying bye.